If you're familiar with these two areas, you'll know they're very close together. So I had a brainwave and I thought, let's put them both in the same video and save us all a bit of time. So welcome to Mo Chit and Lat Phrao. I've got some good news for you. If you haven't already heard, October the 1st is the date the government have targeted to allow vaccinated travellers back into Thailand without having to do quarantine. So that's a date you can pencil into your diary. It's a flickering light at the end of the tunnel. Let's stay optimistic and keep our fingers crossed. If you hadn't noticed, there's a pandemic going on. Just don't talk, all right? A lot of tourists make the classic mistake of trying to squeeze Bangkok into the first few days of, say, a 2 or 3 week trip. It just doesn't work when you're hungover, jet lagged or feeling generally under the weather, especially if you're going to visit a place like Chatuchak market. This place gets oppressively hot at the best of times, and with all the crowds of people, there's not many places to make an escape. In the old days, the whole indoor section was covered in a plastic tarpaulin, and on your first trip to the weekend market, you got a free sauna thrown in. So if you do want to enjoy Chatuchak market, I would suggest leaving it to the last few days before you leave the country again. It's a lot more pleasant place, plus you won't have to tackle Mo Chit BTS station and the severe lack of escalators there. If you want a more detailed look around Chatuchak market, I've left a link in the description below to a video by Traveller Wit. From the outside, JJ Mall looks like it's about to shut down, but that is definitely not the case. If you're moving into a new place or moving to Thailand and you're on a bit of a budget, stuff like towels, blankets, pots, plates, pans, cutlery, household stuff is cheaper in there than it is in all the department stores. So I definitely recommend JJ Mall. It's got everything for you. Well, I highly recommend this place. You can make a whole evening out of a visit here. 6 floors of stuff to browse. If you used to enjoy JJ Green, it's a similar kind of vibe. 4th and the 5th floor, beer and a bite to eat. Nice view from up there. So if you want to have fun, Bang Sue Junction is the place to come. So if you are coming to Chatuchak Market or Bang Sue Junction or any of the other places around here, I recommend MRT at Kampeng Pet. It's a lot closer and a lot less hassle than Mo Chit BTS. In my Secrets of Lat Phrao video, I gave you some information about the Bangkok Terminal Project. That was a plan to redevelop the land of the old Mo Chit bus terminal. That didn't happen, and the only thing that got built was the SkyTrain train depot. Anyway, this plan has recently been revived and will involve a commercial development on top of the SkyTrain depot, plus the complete clearance of Soi 18-1. We'll have a quick look down Soi 18-1 and see what will be cleared, but first let's reminisce with some old pictures of the Mo Chit bus terminal. One thing I didn't know about these new smart bus stops is that you can charge your phone here, which is quite amazing because I'm wondering how long before they get vandalized. Anyway, the reason why I'm sitting here is there's a police station right next to the new immigration complex, and inside the compound is the Cop Stories Cafe, and I'm wondering, are the general public allowed in there, and would we hear any tales of criminality? That would be interesting. The BTS extension north of Mo Chit was finally open in 2019 as far as Lat Phrao intersection. One of the biggest challenges for the construction was getting the line over the expressway. I learned a new word the other day, e-begging, and that is exactly what I'm going to do now. But it's not for me, don't worry. There's a little kitten that got found near Sapankwai BTS, severely malnourished and with many broken bones. He's being cared for, but the odd dollar here and there would be greatly appreciated. There's an email in the description, and any contributions would be really welcome. So there we are, Soi 18-1. It might not be with us for much longer, which is a crying shame because I had some good memories from back in the day when I spent 6 months there. Nice people, friendly faces, good street food. 7-Eleven staff, I was almost on first name terms with them, but it didn't quite work out. A couple of negative points like soy dogs and karaoke bars blasting music at all hours, but you know, minor problems. At the time, believe it or not, it was a toss-up between Tonglaw and Soi 18-1. Tonglaw weren't selling their sourdough bread or craft beer at the time, so it was a no-brainer. My map reading is okay. I think I've come to the conclusion that the unofficial boundary between Mo Chit and Lat Phrao is about here, which is on the edge of the intersection and at the end of Chatuchak Park. Well, the only thing still standing here is the castle and this medieval style fence in front of it. The castle's looking quite decrepit, unsurprisingly. Magicland closed its doors in the year 2000 after 25 years of thrills, spills and most definitely bellyaches. The owners went on to open up Dreamworld in Pathum Thani. And this place was so popular back in the day, it got its own station on the maps for the SkyTrain plans back in the early 1980s. Just down the road from Magicland, right behind me, is the brand new Immigration Bureau, which, judging from the progress, might be a few more months before you can get up here and start renewing visas. But I tell you one thing, it's going to be a lot easier to get to than Chengwatana. The messiah of shopping malls, Central Lat Phrao, born on Christmas Day 1982. Nowadays, unless you're inside the mall itself or up at the BTS station, not a lot goes on around here. There is a skateboarding area which tonight was hijacked by Channel 7. They were shooting one of their presenters going back and forward really slowly, wearing a crash helmet, so nothing to get excited about tonight.
Local residents tell us that just in the last 24 hours, this area has been completely flooded. We've just been deeper into the neighbourhood.